She has been talking about pipelines, and she says that she would like to see pipelines in all directions in the country, that we need to get this built, and that it is in the national interest to have a new pipeline from Alberta to BC's northwest coast. That is in contrast to what we have heard recently from the Premier of British Columbia, who says that that is a fictional pipeline. There's no private proponent right now, and the focus really should be on expanding or pushing more oil through the existing Trans Mountain pipeline to the lower mainland of British Columbia from Alberta. I want to bring in the CBC's Aaron Collins now. Aaron, what stood out to you in terms of this pipeline talk between the two provinces and the federal government, of course?
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, look, we're a province where just a few weeks ago, there was 750,000 students out of classrooms because of a teacher strike. That's all anyone could talk about. This is a news conference about classroom complexity, which strikes at the heart of that labor dispute. And we can't stay on topic with that, because what's on people's mind in this province right now is, as you mentioned, the conversation around this memorandum of understanding between the federal government and the province of Alberta about energy and the potential for getting another pipeline to the Pacific coast to access those Asian markets. So we've been seeing this conversation get heated up a little bit over the last couple days, with the BC's Premier saying that, again, reiterating his position that there's no proponent for this bitumen pipeline heading to the West Coast, and he thinks of it as a distraction and preferring to focus more on an expansion of the existing Trans Mountain pipeline. You heard it there from Danielle Smith. That's not going to do it as far as her signing on the line for any kind of an agreement with the federal government over energy moving forward. So, it just goes to illustrate how significant this issue is here in the province of Alberta.
And then finally, Aaron, though, I mean, if you don't have the BC government on side, you may not have all First Nations on side. There's some talk of maybe a tanker ban being partially lifted, but I mean, whether or not there is no private proponent right now, right? There are a lot of complications in terms of that pipeline to BC's northwest coast.
Yeah, so many moving parts here, right? And one of the things we've been told about the lack of a proponent is because some of those laws are in place. You mentioned the pipeline ban. Perhaps there's a carve-out for that. You mentioned emission caps there, and perhaps that's a reason we don't have a proponent for this pipeline to the West Coast currently. Danielle Smith's clear. That's one of the things that she needs to have from the federal government, and how the Carney government's going to square that circle and give Alberta what it says it needs, what it wants, and also keep British Columbia and First Nations happy. That's going to be a tricky line to walk for the federal government, and it's going to be fascinating to see how they attempt to do it in the coming days or weeks, I suppose.
I heard the federal energy minister say yesterday in the House of Commons, we should hear. It will have something to say in a few weeks. That was the language being used. Go ahead, Go ahead, Aaron.
Well, I was going to say the Premier Smith's AGM for her United Conservative Party is at the end of next week. I would be interested to see if something might happen before that.
Interesting. Okay. Aaron, thank you. Aaron Collins, live in Calgary.